Hey guys, welcome to Movie Time. First off, I want to thank everyone who has subscribed so far. We have reached 10 subscribers. That is amazing. So quickly too. So please keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. Right here on Movie Time for more trailer reactions and movie reviews. And as always, stay tuned. So today we're going to be reviewing Dangerous Lives. So recently I just did a trailer reaction on it, gave you my thoughts, and so I watched it, gave it a day to let it digest and everything to really see if I liked it, if I didn't like it, my thoughts on it. And so here we go. Overall, it was okay. It was okay. What's lower than okay to where it's almost okay? It was alright. It was alright. No, it wasn't even alright. It was, okay. But it has some good moments in there. But so the movie, what we have here is pretty much Knives Out or the game Clue. Who did it? Who did it? But it's a real baby version of it. So starring Camila Mendes, she's the wife and the caretaker of her patient through this agency to take care of this elderly man who eventually passes away. Her husband is Jessie Usher, the African-American male who's married to Katie. And then we have Chung, who's the lawyer, and we have Cam, if I get it right, Gigandet or something like that, or Gigandet. I don't know his name, but I remember him from Never Back Down. That's the last time I've seen him in a movie. But then we have Elliott Gould, who is the patient for the caretaker, and then we have the detective, Sasha Alexander. Overall, for their performances and acting, it was okay. The relationship between the wife and the husband for Katie and Adam, it wasn't really too believable. In my opinion, it was just fluff, really. But there were some moments I'm like, okay, that's nice. I kind of believe that they really were committed to one another. They really were in love with one another, starting off as a newly couple. That's what it seemed like, in my opinion, as a newly couple. But it didn't seem as much history there because there was nothing really to call on, I guess. But as we go on throughout the movie, the husband saves the day in the beginning of the movie at this diner, knocks some dude over with a frying pan and saves the day, really showing off that he's really there to protect his wife. I like that. That's a good representation, a good image out there. And then 4 months passed, and then it begins. I'm like, okay, the music's really good. It builds that nice suspense. I'm like, all right, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. But it seemed like still there was no substance in the movie. But then, we meet the caretaker, not the caretaker, the patient, the elderly guy. I believe his name was Mr. Leonard or something like that, and who was played by Elliott Gould. And so eventually he passes away. And so one thing I didn't get, when she found out that he passed away, she just sit there for a second, like, oh, man. And then the husband came in. Oh, man. And, consoling her, and, she was crying or whatever. And they just sat there and didn't call the cops. I was like, you guys not going to call the cops? I know it's a pretty sad moment, but it's only been 4 months. I mean, it's not like your mother or anything. But so I was like, how come you didn't call the cops? And then something else later happened along the line down the movie. And they did the same thing, just like, oh, let's just wait a little bit, see what happens. I'm like, why aren't you calling the cops? I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But so as a couple and all, I really don't believe it as a couple that any couple would do that. Would just wait around and call the cops and not call the cops. And so, but all in all, it is what it is. But so that's what we deal with them. That's one of the dislikes I didn't like. Another dislike, I'll get to the likes later, but one of the dislikes I didn't like was that it was too much forced suspicion upon the movie. I really didn't, like, why are you forcing this person to be suspicious when really, like, let the evidence unfold and let it build the suspicion instead of just randomly coming up with suspicion like, he did it because I think so. Based off what? What evidence? You know what I'm saying? So the detective just randomly accused or assumed that the husband, do you really trust your husband? I was like, well, what evidence do you have to go off of to think that he's somehow involved? There was no evidence on that. So that's one plot hole. I was like, okay, there's really no logic to that. But I was like, okay, it is what it is. And then, another thing, they just eventually found a 2-year-old dead body in the house. I'm like, what are we doing? They just sat there and just chilled. I was like, oh man, I'm not going to give anything away as to why that body was there, what was on the body. So please watch the movie. You'll still find it mindlessly enjoyable if you give no thought to it. But, that stuff, if you just dismiss that stuff, you'll be okay. But one of the things I really highlight to them is an introduction into the movie. You see the heroic heroism of this man really sacrificing himself to really save people. I thought that was nice. And another thing you see is in marriages, it's not all rainbow and sunshine. There's some communication problems, and you see that throughout this movie. And then you also see money issues, which is a motive in this movie here. And so I thought that was pretty good to see that they're struggling with student loans, that they need more money, because that's relevant because, brother here got some student loans, you know what I'm saying? But, so I thought I was like, okay, that hit home, So a lot of people are going to resonate with that. A lot of marriages, even older couples looking back like, yeah, we did have some financial problems, or we still do have some financial problems. Even as young couples watching, obviously, this movie, they're going to be like, okay, that's not how we're going to handle it. So maybe that's a good thing. So that's a good thing on that part. And another thing that this movie highlights is that money can change people. When you come into a lot of money, sometimes people don't have the character to, keep their integrity, keep good character. Maybe they go off and buy some nice stuff and everything. I would probably invest it, and so money changes people. So they highlighted that theme throughout the movie. And overall, I was okay. Those are really two good things to really balance it all out, And so go watch the movie. I think you'll enjoy it. It's okay. Just, laugh, enjoy, have a good time while we're all on this quarantine time. So that's my movie review. I appreciate it. Please leave a comment, subscribe, hit the icon button for more. And I appreciate for all the subscribers once again. And movie time.